welcome back, everybody, for another CBSI Hot 10 list. Make sure you go over to comicbookinvest.com and check out the article, where I might put a few extra details we don't cover tonight on the show. Also, make sure you check out all the other content we have here on the channel. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you hit the alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends so we can keep growing the channel, as well as our Discord. Links down below. And if you haven't given Whatnot a try, now's your chance. Get yourself a free $15 for first-time users. Spend it on whatever you want with whomever you want. No strings attached. It's my gift to you. And not only will you help the channel, you can get yourself something nice for free. And with that all said, just hang on for a few seconds after the intro, and we will be back with this week's list.
Notable sales. Our
first book.
It must be Blood Hunt, because it's definitely not that cursed live action Blade. Tomb of Dracula 10 making a nice little rebound. So it's popping back up. You know, it's not breaking records.
No.
But that last that was sold for almost $2,500, this is a nice pop back up to $3,750. It's a nice little jump there with a little less fashionable Blade.
I don't know. I like it. I like the green pants.
Yeah, I actually think it's cool. You know what? We're seeing this a little bit with some of these books that had like such high peaks for, like, even pre-COVID going in, just had an unreasonable peak, like wasn't following the market trends.
This was one of those books.
And
yes.
Yeah. Yep. And then would just hit huge, and this is one of them. Then just like blew up too high during COVID. And then you saw a sharp drop turn, which probably was too, it was an undervalued book. It went too high because of COVID, and then kind of undercorrect itself. And now it looks like, and I think we're going to see this, some of these coming back to a upwards correction, which is an interesting, I think it's pretty early. Well, I also forget that's 2024. I still think it's 2023. So, but like, it is interesting how quickly it's rebounding back to probably the correct market value. You know what I mean? It's just something to watch. Something we're going to have to watch here.
Moon Knight did the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of these the similar aged books kind of did that. And super high spike. Everybody
Blade,
cashed out.
Good, bad, or indifferent to news. It's still in people's mouths, so people are thinking about it.
Yeah, true. Plus, Blood Hunt's not bad.
Yeah.
With that said, speaking of some crazy prices, how about this? One of Bruce's favorite topics. DCU
variants.
Sucker born every minute.
Flash 100 DCU variant, not to be confused with the Flash 100 foil variant. This CGC 9.6 sold for $2,100. The only one graded. You never see this come up on eBay. I've never seen a raw copy of this come on eBay, and this is just unbelievable to me that somebody paid $2,100 for this. But when you have the only one, you can set the market.
Yeah, that is true.
And of course, it's one of the ones I'm missing.
Well, this is also something to watch for, because when things like this happen, this is when they start coming out of the woodworks. People start trying to catch in. So maybe now we do see a couple raws hit that market because they go, ooh.
Yeah. Maybe there's other numbers out there that'll spend $2,100 for this one.
I don't need a 9.6. I'll take a 9.2.
Mark, I think you muted yourself.
Here's the problem with these DCUs. It's still going to be a hard part. When people are buying collections, they're flicking through, and a lot of times
you miss it.
They miss it. They miss it a ton. They miss it a ton all the
time.
At
the bottom of the box, you can't see it unless you pull it out.
Yeah, and then so some people that need it for their runs are putting in their runs, and they're just getting buried into run collectors. So it's still going to be hard to see some of these come out. I think there is a lot that are in better condition than people think. It takes a combination of two things. One, somebody diligently going through freaking people's like collectors runs, and then but very diligent. I'm talking first line people, not you, Bruce. People who actually buy collections, like first line.
Or
you're going to have to, you're going to have to see that happen where they're going through that with more diligence than normal, and then pulling these out and stuff like that. And number two, run collectors finishing their runs and not destroying them while they're reading it. So but usually those are the ones that will come out in the best shape.
My biggest problem with these DCU collecting them is asking sellers about them, and they're like, "What? Huh? What are you talking about?"
No, we
Well, I
just
mean,
don't
the problem-
respect you. We just don't respect you and just know that you're going to tell some long story we don't give a shit about.
I mean, the problem is most of these
Oh, you're
DCU
talking about
books,
long stories, you?
the regular direct or newsstand version of it, half the time they're dollar books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're it's not like they're even in collections, which they are as well. But
Mhm.
a lot of times they're in some messed up.
They're in the
dollar
filler
box
boxes
somewhere.
because
Yeah,
nobody bothered to check.
and, yeah,
No,
that makes
that's what I'm
it
saying though. They
bigger
are
pain.
a lot of them were getting shipped out to sent to like run, like people that collect the full runs. A lot of times when we find these, we find them in the more pristine full run boxes. And usually they will be in that 4-2
Well, think about it.
range.
If you got a shop, you're going to give this job to like, Johnny Saturday helper who's just going and picking up a paycheck to do some dumb job. And you're saying, you're really going to tell them, go through all these Marvel books, look for Mark
No.
Jeweler inserts, look for
No.
DCU variant. Like, they're not going to check.
Well, Mark
all of it.
Jeweler's a little bit easier to tell because when you're flicking through the top, you can look. But like with these ones,
You can
that's
tell. Flip the box up, put them in upside down. Look at the bottoms of them.
yeah, that's a lot more work.
How's
So-
that work? You just look for DCU logos.
I mean, I
have-
don't know.
I have found that people are those DCU collectors packs and those 20 packs. People hoard those things. They they come out once a month, once every 6 months. Every year they'll put one out and it'll go for high money. Then you won't see it again for another year.
Yeah. Well, I think also like
Yeah.
what Margaret was saying, when people do find them, I don't think everybody is doing it as diligently as you, knowing which ones they need for their collection. So they just see, oh, DCU variant, put it aside, put it in my box. They might
Yeah,
have
like-
5 of them, but they don't know. They just throw it together, put it aside.
So
and they
for a
just
lot of them
bury it in
too,
the collection.
I'll tell you from personal experience. A lot of them, when we find the DCU, what will happen is while we're going through a collection, we'll pull out the minor keys or whatever, and when we flick those up, if we see a DCU in there, then we start combing the whole collection. That's just
Mhm.
how you do it because it's a lot
Yeah.
cheaper to do
Well,
it that way. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Raises the alarm. The alert goes up. You go, ooh, better look for these.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I think I've had enough talk about DC.
dude, those kids are watching Royal Rumble 3 upstairs, and I think they're about to break my whole house apart.
Anyway, let's get into the main list.
Number 10.
Darn it. I thought we escaped the DC talk.
Oof.
We got Detective Comics 751. This is making the list because Sacha Bareau was cast as the James Gunn Superman with actress Sol Rodriguez. We had an average sale of 20 plus, $10 going.
Superman or
first, a high of
Peacemaker?
$26.
I think both.
I
Potentially
think it
both.
doesn't matter. Sell this garbage DC book ASAP. I love to see this. It's no longer just Marvel garbage selling. It's DC junk just selling. This is awesome. Keep it up, guys.
This is $1. This is the book you can find in dollars.
Hey, this is what. Hey,
Go digging.
this is what-
You'll find it.
some of the fun part about this hobby: find dog shit books, sell them for $10, have eBay take 30%. It's good.
Still,
it's
it's
fun.
still fun for people. It gives people things to hunt.
I'm not being sarcastic. It's fun.
No.
It's good.
Yeah,
makes the
I
hobby
never
fun.
thought I'd see the day that people are specking on reporters.
Exactly.
Like what?
Well, I think it's
And minor
this-
characters.
This is a
Yeah, they're
whole good
glorified
OMAC.
extras.
This is a good OMAC angle on this.
Listen, I don't think
could
can
go
we even
somewhere.
call it specking at this point. I think
No.
it's just like, hey, throw something up there and go hunt a book for no reason. I think that's what we've literally gotten to, which is fine. It's a hobby. It's not hurting anybody buying a $1 book or buying it for $10 book. If the bullshit of pump and dump is bad, but like this type of stuff where it's like, hey, who knows? Who cares? Go ahead, go. I mean, it's cheaper than a scratch off lottery ticket.
If it was
for
the
it.
same
Yeah.
keys every week, it would be boring.
Fair enough.
Very.
Fair enough.
Plus, people
All right,
can't
let's see if
afford
we can
keys.
escape the DC side of things for a little bit.
Number 9.
We got some cap back for you, AOA.
Don't want none. Don't want none unless you got buns, son. Serpent Society. Back in the rumors of it's in, it's out, it's in. So
She
people
said.
are
Sounds
Going
a
back to their
random
cap.
comment.
Another
there's
Marvel
Brave
garbage
New
book.
World
That,
spec.
yeah, I mean, this didn't sell a ton. Like, and now it's
No.
this is another fun book. So
Yeah,
unfortunately,
something you can find in those cheap boxes, those dollar bins, and this one you can get in almost $20 these days.
Yeah, so we'll see what pops up in the movie, but it's fun. It's again, it's movie, it's live action spec. That's what we're seeing
Yeah,
a lot of. It's the summer, And that's when you get movie news, and that's when you get movies. So expect
Good
to see
stuff. Terrible cover. Good stuff.
horrible
Nobody
cover.
likes Captain America, dude. Who bought
Maybe
this
they
book?
it. Yeah.
Oh, don't get AOA riled up.
He never bought it either. There's too many alligators sitting out front of his house for him to go.
Oh,
outside.
you know how many I bought of that book? Because it had Diamondback in it, but I was buying it
Yeah,
for the wrong
Diamondback.
Diamondback for a while. Because from the Cage show, remember the Luke Cage
Yes.
Power Man show? It was a different Diamondback in that one.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Cool story,
let's get
bro.
on to- let's get on.
That made my day.
Number 8.
All right. Fresh off the outside, looking
Nice.
in and making the main list, we are getting
Ooh.
G.I. Joe and the
G.I.
Transformers
Joe.
crossover. Yes, we know. We saw it teased at the end of Beast Wars, and apparently it's still happening. They got themselves another writer who wrote like Jurassic World or something,
Yeah,
and they're
Devin
moving
Connolly.
forward. You couple this with there was Hemsworth rumors that he was going to play a role in this a
Yep.
few weeks back. This could turn into an interesting
This always
project.
sounds really cool, but I don't know if I want it, right? It's like the time where you like try to get like they come out with a new ice cream flavor. You haven't had ice cream in a while, and you're like, wow, they took my two favorite flavors. They're gonna put them together, and then you realize it's like Superman mixed with like salty caramel pecan, and it doesn't. It
But you
sounds like a
the
good
Joe
idea.
Books.
You like
You
both,
like the Joe
but you-
books. You've liked
Oh yeah,
the
well, like
Transformers
Energon
books, the new
stuff right
ones.
now is
Yeah.
basically a crossover.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, I'm saying live action, like movie wise, like even animated, like we've seen it before, kind of. But I just don't ever feel like it's going to be a good mesh. I'm not saying
Well,
like in the
We'll
comics,
see.
it's not, but we'll see.
It's back
I'm worried.
around.
I'm just saying, I'm
It's
worried.
back around 15 to 20 bucks raw, and 9/8 are a little over 200 again because this was hot again right after that Beast War movie.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped on these, and then people cashed out and forgot and didn't care for a while. So
And they came
now
back.
they care again.
Can't be worse than GI Joe movies we've gotten so far.
That's true.
Well, it's not like the
More some of
Transformers.
the Transformer movies we've gotten. So
That's also true.
Yeah, a few were decent in there. There's-
That-
But that's what I'm saying. No, here, this is where my fear is. You take those two piles of shit and you put them together, and now you're just holding a huge pile of shit with two hands instead of holding a pile of shit in one hand.
It's
So now you
possible.
got shit in all your hands.
It's
That's all I'm
possible.
saying.
Yeah, but it's
I
a
don't
big
know.
pile.
Still
Hands
sounds
of
better than
shit.
He-Man live action to me.
It seems like all those Transform movies was they
Massive
had
universes.
G.I. Joe in it, but they weren't called G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that we saw. That's what I'm saying. We already saw it. It was not good.
We saw it already.
Who was it? Was it John Cena? Was it a wrestler or The Rock or something?
What's his
Who was
name? The guy that can act.
Cena was in
That
Bumblebee,
doesn't narrow it
wasn't he?
down. John Cena is one of those people that get it.
Hey,
Chayton Tatum.
Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Channing Tatum. Yeah, Channing
Oh,
Is
Tatum.
that who it
yeah.
is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gambit.
Yep. And I think there was a Wayans. There was a Wayans mixed in there.
There was, yes. Not the
But-
good one.
That all
Two.
said,
Or three.
let's move on to our next one.
Number 7.
The Predator.
So here's the Predator, Dark Horse. This book was doing good for a long time. Then it was doing bad. Then it was doing okay. Then it was doing bad. And now it's going back to nearly 20 sales. Raw's at 55. People are looking at it. CGC 9.8s, 550. I was surprised that this book during the peak highness of the COVID era didn't even go higher than it did. But luckily it didn't. So it's still kind of affordable in the affordable range. It's a cool cover. It's a cool book. You know it's the first because he's on the cover. So there you go. And that's what you got.
And it's called Predator.
Yeah.
It's name right on the front.
Right, names there.
Names
Guys
there,
there.
characters there.
What
No
more
one
can
can
you
see.
want out of this book? It is actually a cool cover too, which
Better
helps.
quality paper.
Okay,
That's
well,
what
I
you
mean,
ask
Yeah,
for.
you
Yeah,
can't
we
have.
can get a facsimile with some better paper, but
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Like,
Should be an
sometimes
interesting
you can't get
new
everything you want.
movie series with the other Fanning and
I'm surprised that it's hitting because
See?
of the movie. Because in the past movies, it really hasn't pushed the book to.
I don't know. I
Once
really
again-
like Prey. Prey was pretty good. So
Yeah,
if
once
we
again,
get something
though-
close to that, I'll be
I
happy.
think Prey got people thinking, okay, there's life in this.
I think this has
there's a
really
way to
made
do
the
this
hobby.
project. There's a way to do it and not be done.
As much as we complain about the COVID era, I think it has made the hobby so that people are just enjoying the hunt and not caring so much about, I don't know. It's just a weird thing, right? Before the COVID era, you'd have people yelling if it was real spec or real whatever. They call it spec. This isn't spec. We know Predator's going to be a Predator. That's not
Yeah.
spec, dude. Like he's gonna be there.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But like, so people are just we got to figure out a new word. It's like we keep calling the modern era. I asked the other day, what's the modern era in the chat?
That's
People
what it's
call
called.
the modern era since
Collecting.
the 80s.
Collecting.
Yeah.
People want to collect. They want to collect what they want to collect.
There you go. So this is a collecting book, I guess. Price going up because it's a collecting book. They forgot about it and then remembered it. It should be Memento. That's what we should call it. You know, like forgot, remembered. Wasn't that the movie where they forgot?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? You going to get tattoos put all over yourself now?
No.
Anyway, let's move on to a book I think we saw last week.
Number 6.
Wow, that wasn't a spoiler alert.
But it's coming back a little stronger.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's moving up at a nice little pace. It's a nice Ray Gonzalez cover on that Falling in Love, Path to Hell, the 1 in 10. I believe this is going to second print. I think it's a red cover like the ash can. So there's still there's still some interest in the book, which is good. It was a fun book. It's a great cover. It is a beautiful cover. So I'm happy to see it moving up. The average sales of 20. That's the double ratio on a 1 to 10 isn't bad.
Yeah, that was last week's high.
Highs. Yeah. And high of 43. That's really nice for a 1 in 10 on an image book. It wasn't that hard to find. You could have easily ordered this pre-order for a reasonable price and had it in hand. It wasn't one of those ones you had to go searching for or overpay for before it came out. So good.
Yeah, there was also a few places online you could still get this at least a few days ago, and you can get it for like ratio because I think there was an exclusive or two. So those people have a few of the 1 in 10s.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta talk crap about the devil, even though you know you ain't no better.
With that said, let's get on to number 5.
Number 5.
Another repeat.
Yay. Superman 264 is back on the list. Bennett was cast as Steve Lombard in the new Superman movie. 30 plus sales, average $30, a high of $48. Secret of the Phantom Quarterback.
This is $5 to $10 last week, but that made
Explain
sense.
Explain to me the need for that long backfield block back there as the Phantom quarterback is about 20 yards down the field.
Oh, I can tell you exactly why. So that is technically their best wide receiver, and he was just supposed to be playing cover, and instead they took out his leg and busted his ass, so he's not going to play. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, just
while Travis Henry's just stiff arming Superman.
Blindside chop block to get him out of the rest of the game.
That's not even a chop block. That's literally a crack block into the hip that's just taking him out, dude. That's some dirty stuff.
That's 20 yards back behind the field of play. Unnecessary.
Why are we buying all these reporter books?
I don't know.
We need all of Superman's bullpen. We need the whole crew.
Because it's a memento book. It's a memento book. That's what it is. They just want to find something, remember it. Okay, let's go.
But still, you can still dig these out probably for pretty cheap. It's basically a random Superman book because I don't think anybody cared about.
People don't care about
Superman
unless you're in Ohio. Unless you're in Ohio or 80 years old, you don't care about Superman books. Stop lying.
Well, with that all said,
you're like 80.
Next book.
Number 4.
Number 4, Ain't No Grave. Number 2, 1 in 25, Scotty Young cover. I like this. I like this cover. I did not get one because these were pretty expensive out of the gate. Pre-orders were pretty pricey. But anytime Scotty Young does like a scene, like this is a scene, you got some bubbles, some talking bubbles. I really like those. Those are usually pretty good. And plus this series is pretty good. I think it's a good read. This book, as I said, is coming out of the gate hot, averaging $70 for a 1 in 25, hitting a high 85. Not a ton of sales, but there's not a ton out there either. So if you want, you have to pay.
And I think, was there just an A cover on this as well?
Yep, just an A, and then this one.
I'm not a huge Scotty. I'm not a huge Scotty Young cover fan or Scotty Young, interior fan. But I do like every once in a while. I think he does an exceptional job at some of his covers, and this is one of them. This is one of a handful where I know it's of his style, but I really like it. It doesn't seem like the usual cheap plug-in that he does. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if he made the ground and grass look a little different. I don't know if it's the Grim Reaper character, but whatever it is,
The whole scene. It's not.
yeah, I
just
just really
skin.
enjoy this one. This is up there with probably his top 5, I think.
Uh,
And yeah, as
I
you
do
said,
wonder
stuff
whether
like
this
it.
holds though, because we're getting all those Scotty Young covers from Marvel. So
Yeah,
sometimes
No, I
their
know.
fatigue
That's what I'm
sets
saying,
in
like,
and
the past Scotty
people
Young
get
stuff
tired
kind
of
of
it.
sucks.
You
But
know,
this
and
does
this,
remind you. This does remind you every once in a while, like he does have something that's good.
and this was available on his website for $30,
Mm.
and it sold out really quick.
I was gonna say was the operative word.
Well, as soon as a certain website put it up for $60, yeah, it's sold up super quick.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But with that said, we still got our top 3 for you.
Number 3.
Wasn't selling last week, but this week, people started pulling out their wallets.
Oh, this is supposed to be me? I don't like this book. This book sucks. And if you bought this book for too much, it blows, and you're an idiot. All you're trying to do is reduce the hobby that's actually fun of buying decent books and good ratios with buying a version of a book that they already put out there. Whoever's paid $172.50 for this, you're a loser. Your mom probably doesn't even like you. I don't know what to tell you. This second print bullshit like this is garbage. You probably could have got cheaper. Apparently you don't like money. And when I buy your collection for pennies on the dollars, I'm going to tell you you're a moron.
Oh, you're going to start firing up the audience now. You know,
I'm just telling you. By the way, spoiler alert, Hulk Hogan won Royal Rumble 3. There you go. Good job.
Oh man, I was
I
just
didn't
getting
know
ready to
that.
watch that.
Spoiler alert. No, I mean, like we see this all the time. Whatever. I can't.
We don't
help
see it all the time. Like
you
we
can't
see
help
it
it. Well, you
occasionally.
see some stuff like this spiking up. You can't fix stupid, and you definitely can't fix it.
It was just this week. This thing went from nothing basically selling last week to, for whatever reason, this week 80, 125, and then 172.50. Like, I don't know. There's not a ton out there either, like available. But that all
I
said,
mean, like this is the
why?
opposite of the DC books that we've already talked about in the Marvel and the good part of the hobby where it's fun to hunt. Books that just like I know you guys complain about second reporters or stuff or like weird first appearances. I don't. I think that's fun. I think people have always been hunting them, maybe not for $10, but for $1. It has always been part of the hobby. This fake rarity / stupidity of reprinting stuff that's already been printed, and then somebody who is, I mean, I'm sorry, but they're just whatever their thing is, whatever their mental illness is that they buy this shit. Like that's in them.
like
it's not good, and it's not good for the hobby. So it is. I mean, that's. What do you want me to tell you? You made me do this book. I told you this book sucks. This book sucks. The person who bought for $172.50 sucks.
I offered.
They suck. They're an idiot. They're ruining the hobby. The person who paid $125 for this is an idiot too. And good luck. Hey, congratulations to the person who sold these books to these people. Hopefully they're real sales. Congratulations to people who sold these books to people. You found an idiot. Keep sucking that idiot dry till they go do something
I
else.
disavow, Marco. Disavow.
That's not true.
Send all your hate mail to Tales to the Dark Side.
Don't send Rennavision, and you all will love basking in my greatness the next time you see me.
Oh, jeez.
That said, let's move on.
Number 2.
Well, we got another 1 in 25 for you. If you didn't like that 1 in 25. You don't like 1 in 25s on second prints? What about 1 in 25s on polybagged red band versions where we add a little extra blood and stuff like that?
And a well done homage. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. And this is a pretty cool homage there to Vault.
I actually own the
Horror
original book. Yeah, I own
issue
Vault
number
of Horror
26.
26. Yeah, I own that.
Yeah,
So-
it's right there.
I also like it. I mean, I don't care. Like this is good stuff. I enjoy like this is fun, right? Like
It is fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
It is fun. However, the prices aren't fun thanks to the first two. Like the first two getting so hot and selling for so much automatically started the market on this book like at $100. Like
I will disagree with that. It's actually a good news across the board. One, everybody knew this was coming. One was already, this wasn't pre-ordered before that. So if you wanted to get cheaper, you could have pre-ordered it. If you missed it, you're going to overpay for it.
Well, that depends. We've already had some of our viewers tell us they pre-ordered stuff and then their shops decided not to.
Well, I would
through and
suggest
actually
you
get it
take
from
your money and go someplace else then. That's not my problem. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that a lot of times either because I know there's a lot of people who, and I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot of whiner and crybabies who wouldn't buy it anyways. And then they say, oh, I pre-ordered this. And no, you didn't. Okay, because if you did, you wouldn't keep doing the same dumb thing. And if you do, I don't know what to help you. With that being said, there is a rare case where that
I
happens.
don't know what you're talking
Well, I mean, everybody on the internet always says stuff like this. Like,
Nobody said everybody. I'm talking about a couple of our actual loyal viewers in chat.
They put their names down.
Barlord.
Huh?
Barlord.
I believe Barlord. I believe Barlord.
See? That's what I'm saying.
All right.
No,
You said there's people. You said people. You didn't say Barlord. Barlord, I believe you. I did preface that with some
being vague intentionally.
Barlord, I believe you. I don't believe anybody else. Nobody
Anyway,
else.
this book
I need
is
another
averaging $135 right now, hitting a high of 175. The other books, they're still up there. They're not quite at the highs that they were. So we'll see how well this one holds on as well. And we still got 2 more of these coming. So
might as well collect the set.
Yeah.
Hey, officially though, don't call out the store because we don't want to be liable for it. But we'll also say as a disclaimer, if somebody calls out your store for being a douchebag in the bottom line, Rennavision holds we can't control what they do.
Yeah, no,
so
he didn't call out the store directly. He
should have. I mean, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. But
I know, and pay attention to FOC. You don't want to be caught with your pants down when these books come out.
Yeah, see, that's what I heard a lot was people saying stuff like that this week, and I knew for a fact that they never order FOC. They don't even know what FOC stands
your pants up when you really want them down.
Yeah, but good, Barlord. I'm sorry to hear that. We'll see what we can do for you.
With that said, we got one more for you.
And our number 1.
All right, Mr. Negative, tell us all how dumb people are now.
Terribly stupid. You've given me the dumbest books on this list. This is kind of a fun dumb book, but like Arthur's the man. He's crazy. If you're paying this amount of books for the Merc, for the Mile 7, for legs that we haven't determined if they're female legs yet or male legs, we really haven't determined that yet. But if this is what you're doing, Bleeding Swift rumors, you're about as crazy as Arthur is. 30 plus sales. Raw's hitting 145. That's a crazy price. CGC 9/8, 385. Good for all you people. The first time that they had this rumor, you bought this a lot cheaper, and now you're dumping these books. Congratulations to you. Great job.
And don't forget the second and third prints for these two are also getting a lot of cash.
Getting
more than this one.
Dude, how funny is that going to be when that's a dude? What?
I think it's his wife. I think it's Blake Lively. But
yeah,
I don't know who Blake Lively is.
It's Ryan Reynolds' actual wife.
I did a joke. I did a joke slide.
Yeah, give you a dude's name, huh?
What?
Blake.
She was in Green Lantern with him. She was the love interest in Green Lantern. She was Carol.
Hey, Gossip Girl. You know your favorite show.
Blake's. I don't know.
Gossip Girl.
I don't know what show that is either. Blake's a boy's name though, right?
Not on her. It's not.
Dad gave you a boy's name, huh?
I just consider that more a last name.
Like Robert Blake?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anyways, congratulations to all the people that sold this book. And yeah, whatever. I can't wait till that
again. It's Lady Deadpool spec. It's been around a few times, and it's just back around again as we're looking at a pair of legs in a trailer. But if you want to look at more legs, stick around because the boys will have some more for you with a little spotlight on my man Frank Choate.
All right, I'm out of here. I gotta go back to the boat, guys. Drinking and boat life. Let's see you later. All right, have a good show. Later.
Take care.